it's hard enough to be 28, 29 years old, fit. I mean, you absolutely look fit.
6 months ago.
So,
Nice.
from my understanding, 6 months ago, you were still going through chemo, and you was going through that process. So, you're definitely on the road back to recovery, and we hope that you have. I know it had to be extremely hard for you to just to engage anything in life. I mean, just to get through a day. But along the lines, you guys made a decision to buy a life insurance policy, and it was really for the purposes of creating cash accumulation, having that death benefit in case it was needed. You probably never thought at one moment of time that you would be utilizing it for yourselves, especially not at this age. So, Kip, tell us a little bit about what you've gone through, or Danny, whoever would like to take it from here, and tell us your story, because it's heartfelt, and all of our best wishes for you to. I mean, you look better than I do. I mean, it is. But just give us an idea. Being the client, you're not the agent. You're not. You're the actual client that this is happening to right now, today. So, give us an understanding of what you're going through and how this has benefited you.
Okay, well, first of all, I am extremely stubborn. So, when I found out I was sick, I was kind of shocked. But I had quite a bit of a cough for a couple months, and I was trying to tough it out because I'm stubborn and I don't like to go to the doctor. And it got to the point where I couldn't sleep in a prone position anymore. It was crushing my heart and my lungs. I didn't know what it was. I thought I just had a cold or bronchitis or something. And then my heart rate resting was 150. And then that's when I realized that I was in great shape, but my heart rate should be down in the 60s, not at 150. So I finally confessed to my wife that I'm not feeling good, and she's my boss. So she handles everything, and whatever she says goes. So after she guilt tripped me to go into the doctor, because that's how she gets me to do things, and it's true. And so I finally went in, and they did the EKGs, they did all this stuff, and they gave me antibiotics, and nothing happened for a couple weeks. I took all my antibiotics, nothing happened, and she kept pushing me, something's not right, you're still not feeling well. So finally, I went back in and pushed for an x-ray, and they thought maybe I'll have some little tumors in my chest from potentially valley fever. And I go in and I get this x-ray, and come to find out I have this big 5-pound tumor in my chest, about the size of they said it was the size of a deflated volleyball. And it was around my heart and crushing my lungs. And so they called me and told me that news on her birthday. And we were in Hobby Lobby shopping for her some house decorations or whatever. And the same day we're celebrating because we just sold our house and we made a good little chunk of money. We were getting ready to move to Texas, and they called me and told me that I have cancer and that I need to get that taken care of right away. And so I was gonna hide it for another day when we were at the store because I didn't want to ruin her birthday. And I asked them how long I can, push this aside, and they said, no, you need to come in and get a biopsy tomorrow, and it's gonna hurt a lot, so you're gonna need a driver. And that's when I realized I couldn't hide it from my wife anymore. So yeah, that was how we found out, and I'll let you take the next part.
So Danny, you're learning this information from your husband, who's apparently really stubborn.
Yes.
And doesn't like to admit he's sick, but he receives this devastating news. I mean, it's just devastating news that's coming in. And you learn about it and it's your birthday. I mean, happy birthday, by the way. You better get a lot better now. You got a lot of making up to do for the rest of your entire life, which we know is going to be a great, healthy, long life. But Danny, you have your family, you have your children, you have your husband, and you know, what's going through your mind and what's happening in your world at that time?
When he tried to hide it from me, and I could just see it on his face, and I questioned him, what's going on, you need to tell me. He's like, I just have to go to this doctor really quick and get a test to make sure that I'm good. And I was like, is that for work? Is that, what is it for? And he told me, and I was in disbelief. I think I was still pretty positive. You're gonna be fine, it's probably nothing, they'll take care of it. We have 2 little girls, so we ended up leaving Hobby Lobby, going back and seeing them, and we just continued our day and got ready and went out to dinner. And that night while we were out at dinner, it was just kind of hitting me, and we were having little chit chat, but I think in the back of both of our minds was that this could be serious, and it wasn't something I thought would happen to us at 29 years old. We're healthy, I cook healthy, pretty conscious, we go to the gym, very active, outdoor lifestyle, so it was pretty devastating.
Kind of like you actually didn't believe it was true.
Yeah, I didn't believe it at all.
And, take a look at the kids next to you. I mean, you wouldn't know what you're going through today. When you originally went in and received these policies, you told me earlier it was because you wanted to build that financial security, you wanted to have something for your family. In case this passed away, you never expected something like this to happen, but in the process of it, you received close to $1 million, by the way, in living benefits. And now Danny has become an agent with us here at Freedom Equity Group, and congratulations on that also. But how did that news, it didn't change the outcome, it didn't change the results, but how did that news help you and your family and the decisions? Did they get easier? Was there a sense of some relief there?
I'd like to go back a little bit. When we first got a policy, we were 25, 26. It was a gift to us. It was a gift from my mother-in-law, his mom. She got us a term life because he was going into corrections, and she knew how important that was because his dad passed away when he was younger on a motorcycle accident. So she realized how important that was, and we didn't. So she gifted that to us. I forgot about it. A few years later, a good friend, but also our agent, Rick, he came to our house, and he was setting us up with an IUL because he saw that we already had a term with the same company. And I was like, well, should we cancel the term life and just do the IUL? And he advised us to keep both of them. And so I trust him, and we kept it, and 2-3 months later, he gets cancer.
Wow.
Now, when we got the money, we were shocked.
It was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't a lot.
With that, we spent 10 days at the hospital because he is very fortunate to be alive. The doctor said he can't believe he didn't have a heart attack or his lungs collapsed. Within those 10 days that we spent at the hospital, they gave us a bill for $10,000.
Holy smokes.
And
was it paid by your health insurance?
So that was the 80% that the health insurance didn't cover.
So this is an additional that you have to pay out of your own pocket now.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. And I had a lot of chemo after that too, so we had a lot more money to pay.
And we didn't know to cash in the IUL or the term. Rick called us because he heard through my mom what was going on, and he called us and reminded us, you can cash that in. And I was like, well, shouldn't I wait just in case he like doesn't make it? What I don't know what to do. And he said, no, that's what this is for. This is what it's for. Get it and get him a good doctor. And so I was like, okay.
You were given the options, the options to accelerate it. And along with these options of accelerating it, did it come with additional strings attached? Were you like mandatory to have to spend it on medical?
No, we got this in our bank account, and we got to choose what we wanted to do with it. And we went and found him a doctor that the insurance didn't cover, and within a month his coloring came back, his hair came back, his muscles came back.
My testosterone came back.
You're on the road to full recovery?
Yes, he's on the road.
Sorry,
to
they're so
recovery.
loud, I can't hear you.
Like you're on the road to full recovery.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And, and how does it change your look on the way that you can, the utilization of life insurance, which before you had to die to get it, the ability to now understand that it's the life insurance companies and the vehicles that we actually have, life insurance with living benefits, the accumulation, what you was going for. But my understanding is you've also taken some of that money and you went and looked for the best professional in that area that you was diagnosed with, so congratulations on that. And you've also taken a large percentage of the money and you've invested back into you and your family. And what did you do in that area? Did you put that back into, from my understanding, an annuity?
Yes, so we took a large portion of that money and we put it into an annuity to grow, so that way.
You got a very good agent you're learning from, and you're going to be, you're in the industry. I'm sure everybody that you come across are going to be inside one of these vehicles. I just want to, and from everybody in here, this is living proof. Not just what we do changes lives of everybody out there, but we're not just giving them a check. We're actually helping save their lives and save their family and save the two little girls that you have. And I'm sure you're going to be together for forever, unless you keep on being stubborn. So, is there anything you want to share with the crowd before we go?
Just the passion that this has brought to me, and I hope to you guys, especially the new people, that you are changing people's lives. You're giving them the opportunity to go seek other medical options that a lot of people don't get the opportunity to go do. Also, you're setting them up for their children and their children's children. So what you're doing is amazing.
Yes.
Everybody, please give a warm welcome to Stan. Thank you, Robert.